We're in conversation with Sumit Sawhney, Country CEO and Managing Director of Renault India. Sumit, thanks for joining us.
Hi, so much.
You've just launched the new facelifted Duster. So Duster clearly has been your big pillar in Renault, and I think it's really the product that launched Renault as a brand, as a company, whatever. It really gave you the large volumes. Volumes have obviously gone down. There's been competition. So what are expectations of the facelift? Do you think you're going to get rejuvenate the Duster brand once more?
See, Duster, when we launched in India, was a game changer. And we created a segment and we redefined the definition of SUV segment in India. And yes, over a period of time, we have seen a lot of new launches coming in. And there were certain expectations from our customers for Duster. And now with the new Duster, which we have launched, we have made a lot of changes. So when you see interiors, completely changed, exterior changed. We have now got a CMO-10 architecture on this, which in fact changes the drive feel of the car. So expectations definitely, are high, and it's a strong brand now in India.
That's right. But what about volumes? Let's be honest. The volumes have come down a bit. There's been competition. You've had Creta. You've had other SUVs into the market. So are you expecting a lot more out of this now? I mean,
Definitely. Because what we saw in last, I would say in last 1 year, there has been a lot of launches coming in. So obviously, product life cycle is something which a customer is looking forward to, and you need to give something different to customers. So with the new Duster, we are launching with all these changes, over 32 changes in the car. The new 4x4, for the first time, we have got the 6-speed Easy R AMT technology in this car. So expectation definitely, and Duster today is a strong brand. So, and we have strong loyal customers, and they were looking forward to a change as a replacement. So, quite confident on this.
Obviously a big success right now has been the Kwid. I mean, that's really broken the mold. It won our Car of the Year award. So it's really been another game changer, so to speak. But do you think there's been some rub-off on the Kwid in a way that kind of helped it because you've had the success of the Duster as an SUV? Do you think that sort of helped the Kwid in some ways in terms of perception of the brand?
I would say yes, because Renault is just over 4-year brand in India, and I think with Duster, we have established ourselves in terms of credibility and that trust which Duster as a product has delivered to Indian customer. It gives a lot of confidence to the customers, and that's why we have seen such a positive response, especially in a segment where customer is looking forward to tried and tested brands. And with Kwid having more than 100,000 bookings coming in India, it's not coming only from metros. In the smallest of the town, we are getting very positive response. So I think the credibility of Duster has definitely given us a very strong rub-off on Kwid too.
You talked about the network. I want to touch upon the network. The sense I get is, you all have grown so fast in terms of volumes and reach. Maybe the network hasn't caught up. Take Duster, for example. It's a vehicle that can go to every nook and corner of the country just by virtue of what it is. It's not an urban vehicle, so to speak. So do you feel that given a wider network, you could have capitalized a bit more, and perhaps, increasing the spread is now really the challenge to really give the products their full potential?
So I think network, clearly was a key strategy for us. So if we see back in Indian automotive industry, in 4 years, nobody has achieved this level of outlets. So last year we closed at 205 outlets, and this year we will be 240 plus another 30. So 270 outlets by end of this year. So network expansion is clearly a strategy, but we also need to keep in mind network, which is a qualitative network. So we are bringing more workshops, which is very important for our customers, and we will have equal number of workshops there in India. So yes, both for Duster, which has a lot of potential to go in, I would say, up country India, and Kwid, with the response we have seen, network expansion still remains a key priority for us.
So Sumit, Duster success when it was launched still continues to bring in good numbers. Kwid, of course, a phenomenal success. But Lodgy, really, that seems to have, to be honest, bombed to a certain extent. What do you think went wrong with the Lodgy?
I would tend to disagree with this statement that it bombed, and when we had launched Lodgy, I was very clear that we are getting into an MPV segment, which is where the buy is not an emotional buy. It's a very rational buy. And in MPV, if we see history, it takes time for cars to establish themselves on performance, and then people buy. So with
So do you
Lodgy,
think people go for the more trusted or the more known brands? Let's put it that way.
known product, I would say Hormazd. Obviously, brand is important, but known
Yeah.
product.
So Innova is really very strong there to a certain extent. Yeah.
So two things happened. If I have to talk about Lodgy, one, when we launched Lodgy, the first half of this year, 2015, the MPV segment was seeing high double-digit growth. When we launched, the MPV segment saw high double-digit degrowth. So that was one impact. The second thing is that we are not covering fleet segment, which is more than 50% of MPV segment is fleet. So now we are focusing on that, and on month-on-month basis now, the Lodgy volume is going up. And in fleet, it takes time to establish the product. So I'm very confident on Lodgy, and it was meant to be a slow start, and I'm sure that and with so many Quids and Dusters on the road, obviously it will have a rub off in terms of building more trust towards Renault
So
brand.
you're confident Lodgy volumes will slowly increase?
Very much confident. Very much
Right.
confident.
And just looking at the MPV segment, do you think the MPV segment itself is being challenged by SUVs because they give you a lot of what in terms of functionality, what an MPV does, but it has the emotional factor as well?
MPV as a segment currently is little challenged for two reasons. Yes, we have seen a lot of launches in SUV space, and that's why I said in first half of the year the MPV segment was growing. Second half of the year it really dropped like anything. So two things: one is this new SUV launches which are there, and secondly the infrastructure development pace. For the projects and the smart cities, they're still taking time, and MPV is a people mover. So we saw a little bit of slowness on that side also. But after this budget, I think the investment what we will start seeing on different projects, it should revive back MPV segment, which would mean it will give opportunities to others.
Again, let's stick to the SUV segment. You've had in a way, a first mover advantage with the Duster. It's built a brand for itself. Are you planning to capitalize more on SUVs? Obviously, there's space below the Duster where Brezza has again proved a point, and there's space above Duster. So, just wanted to get your sense on SUVs. There are a lot of white spaces or gaps for Renault to fill.
Yeah, as long as you are sticking to getting sense of it, not getting information out of me, I would say yes. SUV is our forte when it comes to Renault, and I would say yes. There is clearly an opportunity for us to ensure that we are strong in this space, and whether we talk about things which are above 4 meters or things below 4 meters, you can clearly see with Kwid also, we have given that SUV's DNA to the design of the car.
Right.
And we clearly have a game plan for India to increase our position in the country
And your SUV portfolio.
and our overall portfolio. So
Right.
if you see today, we are not covering all the segments, but one thing is there, whatever is going to come from Renault, our intention would be to always bring a game changer,
Right.
which can redefine the segment or create a sub segment out of it. So just wait and watch, and you will see and hear more from us.
So we can see potentially something above Duster and even below Duster with CMF-A. Really, it's very flexible. So a lot many more products of that.
Why not? Opportunities are there on both sides.
And just sticking to the CMF-A platform, obviously it can be flexible. You can increase the wheelbase and widen the track. So that gives you can probably go from maybe 4 to 8 lakhs. Is that a possible range of products?
Yes, because if you see today, our presence in 4 to 8 lakh segment is not much there, and this is clearly an opportunity, because if I see the industry size, 4 to 8 lakh is contributing almost 50% of the weight today in terms of passenger car segment. So clearly, an opportunity, and CMF-A, as you said, is a very versatile platform which can take a lot of body styles. And that would be our intention, to bring game changers in this category too.
Right. And again, looking at that space, clearly you've lost opportunity there. Certain V platform cars haven't really fired on all cylinders, which is Nissan's platform which you have been using. So is that a little bit of a worry that you are, that there's a wide space over there which is getting filled by a lot of competition? So is that a focus area one has to look at?
No, clearly, as I said, we first of all wanted to bring our first car out of CMF-A platform, which is Kwid, and if we have to win a game in India, most important thing is that you have to be highly localized. So this is the only car in India which has got launched with over 98% localization. So now we know the game. And as I said, CMF-A is quite versatile. So we can make more body styles out of it, and it would be a focus. 4 to 8 lakh would be clearly, a focus area for us.
And talked about localization again. 98% on the Kwid is really quite remarkable. I think even Prime Minister Modi came and visited your stall
Yes.
at the Make in India symposium in Bombay. So this has been a big talking point. Now, can we expect this level of localization in future products as well, or will it also be dependent on the volume? Because clearly, let's say in a segment above Duster, you may not be able to start off with 98%. So I just want to understand your localization strategy.
See, localization is directly, dependent on the volumes. So when I talk about a segment which is 4 to 8 lakh segment, clearly we will be bringing products with very strong volume aspirations. And as I said, CMF-A platform, we have done a lot of work on localization on this, so that should not be a challenge for us. When we talk about segment which is above Duster, let me share with you, even for Duster, we are increasing our localization. So we are currently in the range of 70s, and I definitely want to cross 80% on this car. And at least 80% should be there for all the products which are in higher category too.
So right now, let's say your two pillars from a localization standpoint or from a platform standpoint are CMF-A and M0, and these are currently going to be the ones you are going to capitalize on and milk to get the most out of it.
That's true. Because these two platforms, first of all, are very successful platform. M0 is very well known worldwide, and CMF-A with the launch of Kwid has shown what it can really deliver. So clearly, this would be, these are the two platforms which will be clearly focus area for us.
And would you say that the real success of the platform from an Indian standpoint is that it's very cost efficient from an Indian standpoint? I mean, it's not a European platform which has a high European cost, which has, you have to carry that baggage over into India. So is this one of the reasons for its success in India, that it's really tailored for Indian requirements and the environment?
I would agree to you because Indian road conditions are very different from road conditions anywhere, and for any manufacturer, ride and handling for cars to be driven in India is always a challenge. So when we were working on CMF-A platform, we kept that in mind, and CMF-A platform is being done from scratch, keeping all the conditions in mind, and especially for emerging markets. So that remains a focus area, and it has really helped us in terms of cost efficiencies. So it has all the element and ingredients which is required for an emerging market vehicle, and there's nothing which is nice to have.
And the impression in the industry is that when it comes to sourcing, Renault are the real ustads or masters, even sometimes better than the Japanese. Do you think that's true? And is it because maybe you all don't stick to a set of suppliers like how the Japanese do? They want their global set of suppliers, even in India, and that you're open to choosing anyone who gives you the right balance between quality and cost?
So first of all, I'll thank you for the compliment. Yes, at Renault, I think our first priority is to give the best value to our customers, ensuring that we are giving best in terms of safety and technology to our customers. So I would say, if competition or people in industry feel like this, then definitely it's a compliment, and I take it with a lot of humility.
But one thing which people are concerned about, quite frankly, is yes, you've been trying a lot on the dealer network, but the dealer network still is lagging when it comes to, let's say, some of the competition which have a lot more volume. Let's say specifically Maruti and Hyundai. Do you think this is still the big challenge? It's easier to get the products in, which you have the technology, but really ramping up the dealer network, getting the ecosystem in place is the challenge.
I won't say it's a big challenge because it's a life cycle. You can't create things overnight. So if I see 2015, we had seen a growth from 157 to 205. By end of this year, we will grow from 205 to 270. So it's a gradual point, and you also need to keep on building the car park. Otherwise, the capacities will be of no purpose. And I think we are still on a very fast growth track, but we should always keep in mind that Renault is just over 4-year brand. But today I can say that we are covering most of the India. Big focus from my side is service. So we are putting a lot of workshops, and we are coming up with a lot of innovative ideas of mobile workshops. Now here I'm not saying, van going to some place. No, we have created something which is unique called mobile workshop, which can go anywhere and get itself established. And this is something which we'll be using really for the rural parts. So we know this is one area where we have to constantly work on. But I would say, it's a chicken and egg story. So volumes are coming in. So I don't think that our partners has any concern now in terms of expansion.
Right. And last question, obviously, volumes has been a key focus area for Renault. Obviously, you've got aspirations to be get into, let's say, the top echelons of the industry. You're around number 6 right now. What are your hopes by 2020? Any ambitions for market share? 5%? You hope to be in the top 3 manufacturers? What's really the objective or goal?
Okay, so first of all, I would say at Renault and with me, there's no hope. There is a strategy.
Right.
And if you recollect, 2 years back, I told you that in 2017, Renault will have 5% market share in this country, and I made a public announcement for this. So we are on track. Right now, we are roughly around 3.8% market share, and by the time we end this year, we will cross 5%. So which means the objective which we were trying to achieve by 2017, we will do it in 2016. And then we'll announce the new frontiers.
Right. So 2020 plans to be even bigger.
Has to be when and we are definitely going to improve our position. We want to be among the at least by end of this year, we want to be among the top 5 manufacturers in this country with over 5% market share. And I'm very confident that we will achieve over 5% market share. So right now we are slightly ahead of our plans. And yes, by 2020, then you should look forward to something more from our side.
Well, good to have such strong ambitions. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.